Hey guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about the new Louis Vuitton bags that are coming in stores tomorrow. There's not been a collection in the recent years that made me feel really excited about, so it took me by surprise that I quite liked a lot of their bags in the new collection. Now, I feel that for every collection there are always the practical usable bags for the average person like me, and then there are some crazy novelty bags and items that, you know, are really interesting to look at but won't really be all that practical for most of us. So in this video, I am going to focus on the usable practical bags that I can see working for an average person's lifestyle. First bag I want to talk about is the Alma Backpack. I believe Louis Vuitton has released a couple of different Alma styles this season to celebrate the 90th anniversary, I believe it is, that the Alma has been created. It is undoubtedly a classic style for the house, and I've noticed there's a lot of interest in the Alma backpacks. The Alma Backpack at the moment will be released in 3 different styles: the monogram canvas, black epi leather, and the orange epi leather. The Alma Backpack comes with a top handle and 2 leather straps, obviously to be attached as your straps for a backpack. These straps are adjustable, so you could also hook one of these straps to the top handle rings and wear it as a shoulder bag or a crossbody bag. It also comes with a lock and the clochette, so this bag is just so cute. It's got all of the Louis Vuitton classic features, so I do really like the idea of this Alma backpack. I especially like the epi leather versions because of the interior as well. So they've done the interior in their luxurious microfiber lining with the LV monogram pattern all across it. I've never seen interior lining like that from Louis Vuitton. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like this is the first time I've seen interior like that. So I think that is really cute. Every time I open that bag, it'll make me feel so happy because it's just so fun. I am kind of half and half about this. I kind of like the idea of an Alma bag turned into a backpack, but at the same time, I'm not sure whether it's just because I'm not used to the shape of this. It looks a little odd to me. The Alma bag is usually a more rounded shape that is a little shorter and a little longer, so it's ever so slightly a wider bag, but in the backpack they've made it the north-south orientation where it's elongated vertically. I may just need to get used to the new silhouette. I kind of think it's cute, but at the same time I kind of feel that it looks a little strange. Now, you guys know how much I love the Alma bags. I have recently tried on the Nano Alma in monogram, which I absolutely loved, that I kind of stopped myself from buying, and I am kind of glad that I made that decision because I really don't need another mini bag in my collection. The reason I really like the idea of the Alma backpack is because I think it can work really well for my new lifestyle. You guys know that I had on my 2024 luxury wish list to add a medium-sized designer bag that is appropriate to be used as a mum bag. When my baby grows up a little and she starts walking, I wanted something that was crossbody, a medium size that can fit a bit more than your mini bags, that is quite carefree. So I tried the Speedy 20, the Celine Boston bags, but I just wasn't 100% feeling those Boston shaped bags. I know that functionally they'll work really well, but I just wasn't feeling it 100%. So if I bought one of those Boston style bags, I think I would just be settling. So I actually found the perfect bag that I really fell in love with, which I've ordered. So it is on the way. So next week I am going to reveal it to you and show you what I got. So yes, I already bought my medium-sized bag, which I'm really looking forward to sharing with you because I think it's a little more unique, still understated, and it'll just work perfectly for what I needed to do. Anyway, I digress. So I was chatting to one of my friends who has a toddler. When I told her that I am looking for this kind of a bag before I bought the medium-sized bag that I'm going to show you next week, my friend actually suggested, hey, why don't you look for a backpack? Because her kid is a little older, she's almost 3, and apparently when they go to the park, her kid just runs around and she has to just chase after her all the time, and even a crossbody bag can feel a little cumbersome and a little too dangly. So she has been using her YSL backpack a lot at the playgrounds. So I was thinking, I've never really considered a designer backpack, but maybe I should. And the next thing that I've noticed on Instagram is I saw that these Alma backpacks were coming out 1st of March. So immediately I was really interested because it is an Alma bag that I absolutely love in a backpack and the size isn't too small. It is still a small backpack. I believe it's about 20 centimeters tall and about 15 centimeters wide, and it does taper as we get to the top of the bag. So I believe the capacity won't be too great, but I think it'll still fit a little more than my other mini bags. So it is a style that I am quite interested to check out in person. Because I'm not 100% sure by looking at the online photos, I think I have to go into store. Maybe tomorrow I'll go in because I'm worried that it is going to sell out, since I think there's a lot of interest for this bag. The price point is 4,000 Australian dollars. If it becomes really popular, I am sure Louis Vuitton is going to raise the prices. So this is technically the entry price, which I think it's kind of fair, but it's still quite a lot. But I guess for today's designer bag prices, it's not a bad price at all for all the features that you get. For example, compared to the Nano Alma that I tried in monogram, which is almost 3,000 Australian dollars, for another $1,000, it is just a much more substantial bag with a lot more features. I also found that with the epi leather version, even though it is a full leather bag, it is only a couple of $100s more. So for that understated look, the epi version will be quite a nice choice as well. But there's just something really cute about monogram with Almas that I'm kind of obsessed about these days. So yeah, this backpack is one that I definitely want to check out in person and just try out the capacity of it. Next, while we are on the topic of Almas, I want to quickly touch on the Alma 103 as well, which is a larger, softer bag in the Alma shape. It is not structured like your classic Almas, and it comes in black leather and beige leather colors. It looks really supple. I do love the lock at the front of the bag. The design looks really interesting. It looks like a really good larger bag to use on a daily basis. But when I saw the price of it at 14,300 Australian dollars, I thought, I'm gonna pass, I'm good. I feel like, at least for me, this bag doesn't feel all that special to go out and spend that kind of money. I would even prefer to buy a Chanel Classic flap for just a little bit more, even though I don't think Chanel Classic flaps are worth their price point anymore. But I still think that that is just a smarter purchase compared to this, at least in my opinion. The next bag we're going to discuss is the Dolphine Soft GM. I love the silhouette of this bag. I've always been a fan of the Dolphine line. For me, out of all the canvas bags from Louis Vuitton, the Dolphine bags look the most premium. They look really well constructed. The design looks really well thought out. It's got a lot of features like the really nice leather trim, the flap closure, the buckle at the front. It just looks really neat. I really like it. When I saw that they were coming out with this new soft, larger version that is not so structured, it looks quite slouchy. I kind of thought it looked really nice and easygoing. I quite like the look of this one. I think it will be a pretty practical bag. It comes with a shorter shoulder chain as well as a longer leather strap, which both are detachable. It will be an excellent everyday size. If I was still looking for my perfect medium-sized bag, something like this will work really well. The price of this bag is 6,900 Australian dollars, so it's pretty steep for a mostly canvas bag. So I'm not sure whether it is something that I'll be willing to spend my money on, but I definitely love it if I didn't have to consider the price. But if I was looking at the value for money aspect, I would go for a similar bag at like half the price, and I am talking about the Diane bag, which is still a relatively new style from LV. I think it's only been around for a year or two. I really wasn't sure about the style of that bag initially when I checked it out. I just kind of thought it looked a little old lady, maybe a little bit too casual, but I've really grown to like the easy silhouette of it. You may disagree with me, but when I saw this Dolphine Soft GM, it kind of reminded me of the Diane bag. I know they are two very different bags, but the way you would use the two bags I think would be quite similar. And the Diane bag I think is 3,700 or 800 Australian dollars, and it's only slightly smaller, so I think the functionality will definitely be there. They are both soft flat bags in the monogram with a shorter strap that you can wear as a shoulder bag or a crossbody bag, and the Diane even has a back pocket. So I think I wouldn't spend $6,900 on a slouchy bag like this, but if money was no object, it is definitely a style that I really like. Next up, let's talk about the Pette Taret. Is that how you pronounce it? It is basically a pouch style bag with a strap in the monogram with the cute little lock detail at the front of it. It's just an easygoing zipper bag, kind of similar to the functionality of, say, the Pette accessoire that we are all very familiar with. It's got vachetta leather on each side. It seems like a decent size. Because of the rounded shape of it, I believe you'll be able to fit quite quite a bit in it, and it comes in at 3,050 Australian dollars. Now this bag doesn't really interest me. It just seems like one of those smaller shoulder bags that we've been seeing everywhere, different brands. I feel like there's nothing new or exciting about the design of this bag. Yes, they've added a few cute design features like the lock and the slightly different shape, but the one thing that I really don't like about this bag is that the shoulder strap is not detachable. It is actually sewn on. It would have been so much better if they made the shoulder strap detachable for us anyway, so that you could purchase a longer crossbody strap, because in a style of bag like this, I would much prefer to have the versatility where I can wear a crossbody. Of course, you'll be able to add an extra strap to make a crossbody and leave the shorter strap on since it is not detachable, but I just don't think it'll sit really nicely. I think it will actually stay standing up. Again, I'll have to see it in person to see how I feel, but it is definitely a style that I'm not too fond of. In terms of the price point, I think it's actually an okay price point considering their very plain pochette accessoire is like 2,490 Australian dollars, which is almost $2,500. Considering this new Taret pochette has a lot more features, I think 3,050 is not a bad price point. Even compared to their new toiletry pouch with the chain, I believe that one's like 2,500 Australian dollars as well. I feel like if you compare the Taret pochette to those more simple pochettes, this one I think is actually worth it, but yeah, it is just not something that I am personally interested in. Also, the shape of it really reminded me of the Totem, is that how you say the name of that brand? The T-lock pouch. I've really been interested in that bag. I don't know, it's kind of made its way to my wish list. I don't know where I saw it first. I think probably somewhere on YouTube, someone's handbag collection. I really love that bag, but that bag being a full leather bag, I believe is around 1,200 Australian dollars. Yes, Totem is probably not as premium of a brand as Louis Vuitton, but I really like the design of that bag a lot more than this Taret pouch. So there you go. This pochette Taret really reminds me of the T-lock bag from Totem. So I'd much rather go for the T-lock bag. Next bag, we have the Vanity Chain pouch. This is basically just a slimmer version of Louis Vuitton Vanity bag. I actually thought Vanity bags were a phase, but they've been popular for a number of years now, so I think that style is really here to stay. I don't think there's really anything special about this new Vanity bag. It's got basically the same features as the classic Vanity bag, but it's just slimmer in profile and like $400 cheaper. So this one comes in at 4,000 Australian dollars. What I don't really like about Vanity bags in general is how the zipper goes around like that. So you'll always need two hands to open the zipper easily. You could probably struggle to do it with one hand, but it'll just be really difficult. And every time you fully open the bag, because of the shape of it, I feel like the body of the bag will drop and the flap will stay up. So it's just a shape that won't be really practical for a lot of us, especially for me being a new mom. Something like that is just going to be way too fussy. But on the looks alone, I think that style is really cute. I've always liked the chain that comes with the Vanity bag, and the leather trim is all done in the black treated leather, so it'll be pretty carefree. You won't have to worry about patina or anything, as with your vachetta leather that is in that light beige color. The lock detail is also cute. I love that you have a top handle option as well as a longer crossbody strap, so I definitely feel that you are getting a lot of value for your money with all of those ways that you can wear this bag and how cute it is. But I just don't think Vanity bags in general are really practical. Now this next bag is kind of borderline novelty, borderline somewhat practical. It is the Around Me PM in the monogram. Also comes in the leather version with the big LV logo at the front as well, but I do think that the monogram version can be a little more practical and usable. It'll be a little easier for us to style on a day-to-day basis. It has that cute luggage tag at the front with LV plaque on it. It comes with a shoulder strap and the top handles are really cute. I love how the design is quite unique. You know, with a lot of designer bags these days, you can find very similar styles at different brands, so sometimes the new release bags can seem a little boring, whereas this one is something that is quite unique, so I do love that. It definitely looks like a mini bag. On the website it says the size is 22 centimeters by 21.5 centimeters and the width is 7 centimeters. So if you just look at those measurements, it seems like the bag will be able to hold quite a few things, but when you look at the design of it, the circle of the bag may be that size, but the sides really cave in, so the capacity may not be so good. So I'm not even sure whether your phones will fit. So again, it is a style that really won't suit my lifestyle, but if I had a fun lifestyle where I can use a lot of fun bags, it is a style that I actually quite like. I would love to see it in person. And the price point is just under 5,000 Australian dollars at $4,950. For a bag that can borderline look novelty, I think that price point is actually quite excellent. With these fun novelty looking bags, you know, usually the prices are really ridiculous. They charge a lot. But yeah, I love how cute this bag is. Oh, there's another new bag in the Dolphine lineup with the top handle. It's called the Dolphine Capital. I don't think this bag is part of the most recent launch. So I think it was already launched and available. Now it's sold out online on Louis Vuitton Australian website. But I just wanted to mention, I love this bag. It looks so prim and proper. It looks so preppy, but at the same time, it's still fun because it is in the monogram canvas. I love the square shape of it, the top handle. It looks a little bit even like a Kelly bag from Hermes. It's got the flap closure. It just looks like an overall really well-made bag and well-designed bag. I love that it comes with the shorter strap as well. It'll work well for both casual and more dressed up outfits. I love the tan brown leather trim. You guys know how much I love that sort of warm neutral tones. I love that most Dolphine bags have that two-tone thing going with the classic monogram and the reverse monogram. It's just an overall really fun bag that I'm really interested in this bag as well, but it's just such a structured bag. It's just a style that I don't need right now for my current lifestyle. But also the price point I thought was really fair at 5,350 Australian dollars, which is a lot less than the soft version. I guess it is smaller, but I feel like it is a style that actually looks more high-end, looks more expensive, maybe because it's really structured. The price point is similar to your classic Dolphins without the top handle and all. So it is a bag that I think is still well priced for what it is, and one that I think is absolutely beautiful. So these are some of the bags that I've noticed that are coming in store very soon at Louis Vuitton. Let me know what you guys think about these bags. Have I missed anything? Leave them in the comments below. I'd love to have a chat with you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It'll help my channel out so much. As always, thank you so much for watching and spending some of your precious time with me today. And I can't wait to see you again soon in my next video. Bye guys.